Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ray Hennessy here, back with another real-time edit. Today I've got this beautiful silhouette of this, I'm not even sure what bird, I don't know if it says, yeah, I don't know. Beautiful bird with, looks like a worm, and killer sunrise, sunset, something like that. Beautiful silhouette from Justin Theurer. I think I said that right. Hopefully, close enough. Here's his Instagram account, so go ahead and give them a follow if you get a chance. They're definitely, see, Justin's definitely digging in on the high key, low key theme with some of the recent photography there. And oh, that's really fun. Shaking the crayfish out like that. Very cool. I still have never seen that. Yeah, some cool stuff here. Nice. Digging the low key. I like this one. Nice. Cool stuff. Dipper's really nice too. That's always fun to do them low key. Yeah, cool stuff. All right, so let's jump into this photo here. Not a lot to do here. All right, so sun's overexposed. There's no way it's coming back, right? If I lower it like that, it's not coming back. So that's the one bummer there. My only suggestion to Justin or anybody else interested in shooting this kind of stuff, when you do have the sun in there, if you want to get tone in that sun, underexpose the hell out of everything else here. So you want to actually take the image more like that, where you barely even see the bird, because you can recover this back in post. This detail right there, once it's gone, it's not being recovered, right? So nothing much I can do about that, but I may play around with trying to fill it in myself if it's easy enough. But I don't want to take a ton of time on it. So let's go just a little bit darker with the exposure, and then I'll lift the shadows, drop the blacks, just to get a little bit more richness and contrast out of it, right? So from that to that is basically what I'm looking to do there. That's about all I'm going to do here in Lightroom. The rest is going to be in Photoshop. So we'll jump into Photoshop here. Real quick, if you're interested in learning exactly how I do all the techniques that I do in these real-time edits, I know I do them quick. These are meant to just show you examples of what's possible, right? I'm not trying to teach step-by-step what I do here. If you do, however, want to learn step-by-step what I do, where I go slow and explain every single thing that I'm doing, head on over to learnbirdphotos.com. You can sign up and have access to my Photoshop for Wildlife Photography course. That is where I'm going to actually teach you step-by-step everything that I do in all these real-time edit videos plus more, because sometimes I don't get into really intricate detailed selections and stuff like that in these real-time edit videos, but in this course I'm going to do that. Listen, almost 9 hours of video learning for you there at this. It's all broken down in the chapters. You can just sign up there, watch a few free previews, and if you're interested, $325, it's all yours. You can learn at your own pace, watch this stuff as many times as you need to. You can even download the photos that I use in these videos and learn exactly how I do everything, okay? So that's one place to go to do that. All right, back to the image here. So the first thing I want to do is actually I'm going to enhance the existing rim light there. So I'm going to give it a shot with, I'm going to use a Dodge Curves layer, and I'm going to try select subject and see what I get. Oh, wow. Not very good at all, right? All right, let's try the object select tool then. Where are you hiding? Right in here. Let's see what we can get with this. I'll just let it finish running, see if this picks up anything better than what the subject select did. There we go. That's a little better. So we'll give that a shot. And let's see if it has any of these feathers selected on the edge there. It kind of does. So I can maybe just go in and just kind of paint a little bit more roughly on this stuff. Yeah, there we go. Yep, painting inside too much. I just kind of want to enhance what's there already. But up top here, I do want to add in some of my own. So I'm going to go down to a 2-pixel soft brush, maybe 3, and then we'll actually start adding in some of this rim light around the outside edge there. So I'm just going to paint in just like that right through there. It's a little too sharp to begin with, whoops, but I'll soften it up in just a little bit. And we'll throw some on the bill there. The worm's pretty good with that already, so we'll just finish the bill. Get that glow happening all the way around there, which is what I'm looking to do. I'm painting right on the background, just on the border of the bird. And went a little too far there. maybe we'll go around the head a little bit so we can get some of that glow there. I mean, it's basically a silhouette, but it's kind of cool when you get that silhouette that shows a little bit of rim light. All right, so next up, I'm going to grab the blur tool and then soften some of that up that I just put on there, and then I'll grab the paintbrush and then kind of fade it out off that top and then fade it out off the rest of the bird there. Maybe even fade it on the top and bottom of that build just so there's a subtle amount there. And there we go. So now we have just a little bit more glow. There's before, after. Not a huge difference, but a subtle difference there. I'm going to see if I can get more back on this rock as well. So a real heavy burn there. And let's just try cutting right across that and seeing if we can make that a little bit more. Whoa. See, this is going to be touchy, right? Anywhere I kind of miss and overlap, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Nah, forget that method. Let's see, how else do I want to try this? Let's try a color range selection, see what that can do for me. Just to get that edge. There we go. And then we'll try this burn. It's okay that it's not perfect all the way out to the edge there. I'll deselect it now and then let some of that fade out into there. And I'm basically just trying to make this rock just a little bit cleaner, right? And now I'm actually going to come back and just fade it even more. Back towards original just a little bit. So let a little bit of that fade come through. And there we go. All right, that cleans up a lot of that lens flare there. And then I think I will just give it a shot. We'll see if we can throw a fake sun in here to actually give it some color all around. So again, I'm going to try a color range selection. Jack that up a little bit more there. Let's fill in our sun, right? So I'll try that color right there. And then all I have to do is fill in that transitional edge. I'll fix that spot down there in just a minute. And we can at least make it look like the sun wasn't completely overexposed. And listen, I'm not trying to knock anything that you did here, Justin, because this is something. And also sometimes, granted, there's just nothing much you can do. Like, you know, I've shot at, I've shot it at like f9, f11, and you just, the sun is just too bright to get an exposure on it. And I don't know, what was your settings? Yeah. So you're already maxed out on your shutter speed, I'm guessing. I don't know, let's see what camera this is. If it tells me, no, it doesn't. Okay. In any case, you're already maxed out on your shutter speed most likely, and your ISO is down as low as it goes. So the only way to get more exposure in that sun is to start closing down. Now, granted, the sun is, it's your background is the sky and the sun, right? So you don't have to worry about like, hey, I don't have enough depth of field there, or it's not, I'm not going to get that shallow depth of field look. So you can close down, right? But you know, you don't want to go much past like f11, f16, because then you're going to start getting diffraction. The bird's not going to be sharp, anything past that. So I would usually max out at like maybe f16. It's very rare that I've ever gone beyond that trying to get these silhouette shots. But I got to tell you, you know, f16 with this sun, we'd probably still have like the center of it kind of overexposed anyway. So, you know, maybe you tried it, you know. It looks like you were maybe auto ISO and just did 5 stops under exposed on the exposure compensation, so you went as far as you could. But when I'm shooting this kind of stuff, I usually will go in full manual and just kill auto ISO, and then I just start dialing settings in, you know. I just start cranking it because exposure compensation won't do it enough. So in any case, there we go. We now have sun in there, but it looks a little fake, so I need to give it a little roundness, right? So I'm just going to wash it out a little bit more in the middle there. Something like that. There we go. We let it go just a little bit lighter in the middle, but it's still got some tone, right? Overall, I feel like that still looks better than that, you know? Because I always just, I don't know, I'm not a fan of that transition, that where it just goes from yellow to gray, you know? And then I do see people, just be aware, I would say, you know, if you guys are watching this, don't do that. Like, that just looks really, really bad. It just goes from this funky yellow to just gray with no color. And don't just try and recover your highlights like that, because again, I feel like that just looks like if you're not going to fill it in and paint it in Photoshop, I would say just leave it like white, not gray, because that looks really strange, and can usually, sometimes those edges can get really weird if there's clouds involved or anything like that. So that would be my take on it right there. So let me save that. Oh, was it already a TIFF? Oh, that's not a raw file. Well, no wonder I'm not getting anything back. Okay. All right. I didn't even realize that. Sorry about that. I thought I was working on a raw file there. I just assumed I was. I forgot to check before I started. But no worries. That's okay. So let's see. Now I don't have my original because I just saved over it. Hang on. Let me see if I can get back to my original now. We'll set that. There's the original. I'll save that. Got it back. Then I'll save as this. And then I can show you the before and after in Lightroom. All right, one more thing while I'm waiting for that to happen. You can just head on over to rayhennessy.com, go to workshops, online workshops, and then you can learn all about the online workshops there as well, which basically takes you right over to my online Photoshop and Lightroom and bird photography courses, which is all at learnbirdphotos.com. So rayhennessy.com, learnbirdphotos.com. Check those two websites out. Also, don't forget to follow and check out Justin. He's doing some great work there. Let's see if I got this image back in here. I'm just going to have to import it real quick. Let me get that second one in there. Hang on. Bear with me, everybody. Almost there. We got it. Let's see. Put it up here in my quick collection where I'm working out of. There we go. We got it. There is the final. There was the before. So something like that is approximately where I would go. I don't know why the color like shifted and got lighter on it. That's kind of weird. Must be something to do with the TIFF saving, maybe? Not sure. I always save in Photoshop format, but anyway, I like the richness of this with that. Does it look that way in Photoshop? Well, I already closed it. Whatever. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for submitting this photo. If you're interested in submitting, I forgot to say that as well. Head on over to rayhennessy.com, go to the video section, real-time edits, click there, and then you can submit a photo right there. All right. Thanks, everybody.